You live a humble life. You spend your life playing by the rules, working hard, staying honest, treating others with respect, but you are not achieve anything. No praise, no honor, no recognition. Most importantly, you were counted as a loser. Yet everywhere you look, it's the ruthless who rise, the liars who lead, the manipulators who thrive, the ones who betray, exploit, and deceive seem to wear the crown, while the noble and virtuous are left behind, struggling in silence. How is this be possible? Why it happened just opposite of what we were taught? How can a world that supposedly rewards goodness seem so erroneous with its and the opposites happens? You've seen it. The corrupt CEO who amasses wealth, the politician who charms the masses while orchestrating deceit and played with the sentiment of the peoples, the narcissist who commands admiration while stepping on the backs of others. Society may condemns them with words, but rewards them in practice. Does morality then hinder success? Does virtue make one weak? Or is it possible that we have misunderstood power entirely? This is called the slave morality of a system designed to chain the strong to make them ashamed of their will to power. But if that's true, what does it mean for you? What if everything you've been taught about success, about virtue, was designed to keep you obedient, to keep your mind in a slavery mood? You feel the weight of the question pressing down on you, and once you see it, you can't unseen it. Now let's go deeper. You felt that growing frustration when you see a manipulator succeed, when you watch power accumulate in the hands of those least deserving. But what if this is not an accident? What if the world has been sculpted to reward them while ensuring you remain shackled? Nietzsche saw this unfolding long before our time. He called it the triumph of slave morality. The moral system was designed not to elevate humanity but to control it. We were taught that obedience is good and power is evil. They labeled ambition as arrogance, dominance as cruelty, and suffering as nobility. When you explore on yourself into the hidden, repressed part of you that contains your untapped strength, your forbidden desires, your unclaimed power, society teaches you to fear it, to suppress it, to be ashamed of it. But the evil people, they embrace it. They take what they want without apology. They only care what belongs to them. They look at other people like soulless animal. They cheat, they lie, they committed fraud. Their soul is completely inhumane. So is it any wonder they succeed? No doubt they become rich by manipulate the system exploiting the poor. But if this system is a cage, then what happens to those who remain inside it? Let's examine the unseen consequences. Look around you. The consequences of this silent war on power are everywhere. The world is not led by the wisest, nor the kindest, nor the most just. It is led by those who dare. While you were taught to seek fairness, they were taught to conquer. While you were told to be humble, they learned to command. And so a disturbing paradox emerges. Those most fit to lead, those with wisdom, integrity, and vision, are often paralyzed by their own conscience, while those who are evil feel nothing. They carve their own path even if they destroyed the life of other peoples. The ambitious rise not because they are great, but because others hesitate to stop them. Fear and guilt are weapons the human brain is wired for social survival, conditioned from childhood to avoid rejection, to seek approval, and to obey. But what happens when a system exploits this? What happens when morality itself is reprogrammed, not as a tool for individual growth, but as a chain that keeps you in place? What happens when moral codes are written just to benefit few evil peoples and to enslave the masses? How many times you've watched a ruthless person ascend while the deserving stood in silence, not because they lacked intelligence, not because they lacked skill, but because something deep within them whispered, "It's wrong to want power by unfair means." And so they hesitated and waited and watched as others took what they would not dare claim. But what if the hesitation itself was the enemy? What if breaking free means questioning everything you were told about right and wrong? But what if powerful people silence you for just trying to differentiate what is right from wrong? It's time for rebellion. What if everything you've been taught about morality, about success, about playing fair, was a lie designed to keep you weak? Nietzsche dared to ask this question, and his answer was unsettling. Morality, as you know, it is a tool used by the powerful to control you. It's a universal truth that morality is not but a weapon forged by the powerful to retain on their power. But what if you understand that the only way to break free and reclaim your will to power is not about becoming ruthless, nor about abandoning ethics? It's about recognizing that power itself is not evil, that ambition is not arrogance, that strength is not cruelty, and you have the right to take up space to carve your own path, to assert your existence without apology. History is filled with those who broke the cycle. Marcus Aurelius ruled Rome with unwavering discipline, unshaken by public opinion. Nietzsche himself shattered the illusions of morality, exposing the hidden chains that keep people small. And what about you? What have you been holding back? What part of yourself have you buried under guilt, under fear, under the false belief that wanting more makes you selfish? It's time to rebel. Not through destruction, but through self-overcoming, through transformation, through the terrifying but liberating act of stepping fully into your own power. But what happens when you do? What ultimate truth lies beyond hesitation, and then it happens? The moment you stop apologizing for your existence, the moment you strip away the illusions that have kept you obedient, hesitant, and small, you realize something unsettling. No one is coming to save you. No divine justice will ensure that the good are rewarded and the wicked are punished. No cosmic force is tallying your sacrifices, waiting to crown you for your patience. The world does not work that way. It never has. And if you still believing that morality is superior, then you are in your dream world, which is out of reality. But this truth is not a curse. It is a liberation. When you can live a life with no fixed rules, when you see power is not inherently evil, and if morality is not an external force but something you must define for yourself, then you are no longer a prisoner. You are free. Become what you are. Stop seeking permission. Stop waiting for validation. Step fully into the self that you were too afraid to embrace. Integrate your ambition, your desires, your unapologetic will to shape your own world. The worst people succeed, not because they are bad, but because they are willing. Stand up. Take what is yours. Not through deception or cruelty, but through self-mastery. Through the courage to transcend, to evolve, to rise above the lies that have kept you shackled, because in the end, power belongs to those who claim it. Please share and subscribe. Thank you.